Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. Just need $3 more for my ticket.
Get in the car. Not today.
Come on, man. She's about to give it to me. For real?
For real. Seriously, just...
The film is set in Columbus, Ohio, a city facing rising gang violence and murders. Governor John Messer claims that crime is decreasing and the city is improving, but pain and injustice still persist. At the same time, a controversial pipeline project has angered the public and sparked protests across the city. Governor Messer unexpectedly released an independent environmental report, which drew the attention of the Hill family. It was especially important to Abby Hill, whose mother, Vivienne Hill, had been actively involved in an Environmental Protection Agency audit. Tragedy struck when Vivienne went to the airport to pick up her husband, Stanley Hill, after his job interview. In the parking lot, a stranger asked them for money. What seemed like a harmless encounter quickly turned violent. The man, marked by a fly tattoo on his face, attacked Stanley and fatally stabbed Vivienne. Stanley was left shocked and heartbroken. Seeking justice, he reported the attackers to detectives Gibson and Walker. But their questions about his marriage to Vivienne only deepened his pain. Overwhelmed by grief and disillusionment, Stanley felt lost. In the end, he made the surprising choice to step away just as Vivienne's funeral drew national media attention. Governor Messer offered his condolences and promised to help bring justice. The next day, at the investigators' request, Stanley returned to the police station to identify the attacker. He immediately recognized the culprit but was devastated when the detectives released the man due to lack of evidence. The decision left Stanley feeling powerless and crushed. He told his daughter Abby that the killer was about to be freed, which filled him with rage. Soon after, he discovered a black package disguised to hide disturbing reminders of his past. Driven by anger and a thirst for justice, he turned to his old friend Dennis for help. Dennis warned him about the dangers of revenge, but Stanley refused to back down. Together, they resolved to track down his enemy.
In the shop.
The first clue led Stanley and Dennis to a bar, where Stanley spotted Nathan, one of the attackers, handing Vivienne's stolen wallet to his girlfriend. This sparked a tense confrontation. And Stanley overpowered Nathan.
You and your scumbag friend snuffed out.
Nothing like that. That's not how it went down.
That man with a fly tattoo on his face, where is he?
Up your ass. What, you gonna kill me now? So best shot is the best shot. 3 minutes.
Nathan hinted that Vivienne's murder had a deeper motive. As Stanley and Dennis planned their next move, a hidden gang member secretly filmed them disposing of Nathan's body and reported it to the feared criminal Lee Kay. In retaliation, Lee Kay ordered Charlie, the man who killed Vivienne, to hunt down and kill both Stanley and Dennis. With danger closing in, Dennis took Stanley to a hidden basement filled with training gear and weapons from their past, preparing them for anything. He then hacked a broken phone they had taken from Nathan and discovered a clue pointing to a tattoo shop called Zombie Inc. This lead could be crucial, bringing them closer to uncovering the truth and the motive behind Vivienne's murder. As the story unfolds, crime boss Lee Kay takes action. He contacts detectives Gibson and Walker, ordering them to find who is killing his gang members. A shocking truth is revealed: the detectives are corrupt. They have been secretly working with Lee Kay, protecting his men from prosecution. In return, Lee Kay agrees to hide a sensitive video that could expose a damaging secret about Governor Messer's son. The video is disturbing, showing the governor's son committing serious crimes, including murdering his girlfriend and trafficking crystal meth. Lee Kay uses it as blackmail, threatening to release it if the police do not stop the investigation that is causing trouble. Detective Gibson later meets with Governor Messer and explains Lee Kay's involvement in the case. The governor realizes the seriousness of the situation and the potential scandal. He orders Gibson to see the investigation through, uncover the truth, and prevent the shocking video from being released. Now, the governor faces the urgent mystery of the killer's identity and motive. Meanwhile, Stanley goes to confront Lars at the Zombie Ink tattoo shop, but finds only a new employee. Moments later, Dennis arrives after hearing the alarm, and unexpectedly comes face to face with Charlie and his gang. In a fierce shootout, Dennis displays his exceptional combat skills.
Fire away.
Funny guy, huh? Is that fresh in your memory? Who's that? I need a name.
Is that a ladybug?
I need...
Fine.
Fighting through a hail of bullets and taking out the entire gang. Charlie manages to escape, Stanley bearing a tattoo on his back that reads, "I am Wrath," tracks down Lars to learn Charlie's whereabouts. And Lars refuses to cooperate.
Get up, asshole.
Stanley, consumed by rage, slits his throat and kills him. He also seizes Lars's shipment of cocaine. With Dennis's help, they complete the job quietly. Dennis joins Stanley out of guilt for his past ties to the mafia and for the pain caused by Vivian's wrongful death. Later, Stanley finds solace in a church, confessing his sins to a priest and asking for forgiveness. Meanwhile, Abby visits Stanley's house to collect her mother's belongings and is shocked to see weapons and gang-related items scattered throughout the home. Before Abby can leave, Charlie and his crew ambush her, firing bullets at her car. Stanley arrives just in time to save her, but she remains furious with him. Meanwhile, at Governor Messer's mansion, he learns that more members of Lee K's gang have been killed. Realizing the situation is spiraling out of control, he decides it's time to bring in professionals to catch those responsible. As the crisis worsens, the governor begins taking action to address it. Meanwhile, Lee K becomes furious upon learning that his valuable drug shipment has been stolen. He delivers a harsh warning to Charlie, leaving him trapped in a dangerous situation he doesn't fully understand. Disguised, Stanley sneaks into the basement of a barbershop and skillfully retrieves Charlie's contact information from Lars's phone. With a plan in place, he lures Charlie to a Korean nightclub, where he and Dennis prepare for a showdown.
Can't come in here.
Charlie panics as Stanley corners him for answers. Under pressure, Charlie reveals that Lee K is the mastermind behind the attacks.
Get the stash, man, everything.
It wasn't an accident that I made.
Tell you I'm dead. I'm not fucking stupid.
For you to kill my wife.
Wasn't my decision.
1 minute.
Oh, let me catch. Why did he? It's not my fault. She's a nosy.
Moments later, a group of armed men storms in to capture them. Using perfect coordination, Stanley and Dennis fight their way out and escape to their secret underground hideout. There, Dennis reveals a chilling truth about Lee K, a ruthless crime boss. Fearing for his family's safety, Stanley moves them to a motel to protect them from the looming danger. When Stanley returns home, he uncovers a devastating truth. Hidden research documents reveal that Governor Messer had pressured Vivian to suppress her warnings about water contamination from the pipeline project. Soon after, he listens to a voicemail from her, confirming the depth of her fears. Stanley realizes her death was no accident but a calculated cover-up to bury her environmental report. As the pieces fall into place, his determination solidifies. He will stop at nothing to expose the truth and seek justice for his wife. Out of nowhere, Lee K and his gang launch a brutal attack on Abby and her family, putting their lives in grave danger. In desperation, Abby sends a coded message to Stanley. The moment he receives it, Stanley immediately contacts Dennis, and together they rush to her aid. They arrive to face Lee Kay's gang, igniting a tense and violent showdown. In the chaos, Abby is kidnapped and Dennis is shot. Yet, through sheer determination, Dennis pushes past his injuries and manages to take down one of Lee Kay's men. Meanwhile, Stanley clashes fiercely with Lee Kay, driven to uncover the truth behind Vivian's death while fighting to protect Abby and her family.
Is behind it.
Goes right to the top. You wouldn't believe.
Serve order this.
The corrupt Detective Gibson intervenes, shooting him dead at the crucial moment and silencing the truth forever. Upon reaching the governor's mansion, Gibson begs Stanley to let him go, promising to speak to the governor on his behalf. But Stanley refuses to trust him. With a powerful punch, he knocks Gibson out, dispatches the guards, and rigs the car to explode using Gibson as part of his plan. Amid the ensuing chaos, Walker manages to break free from the trunk just as the last barriers fall. Stanley cuts down the remaining guards with ease and storms into the mansion, determined to confront Governor Messer and expose the conspiracy. Inside, a vicious fight erupts. At first, Messer gains the upper hand, forcing Stanley to his knees with a gun pressed to his head. In that moment, he delivers a chilling revelation. He was the one who murdered Stanley's wife after she refused to be part of his corrupt schemes. Fueled by pain and vengeance, Stanley seizes control of the fight and fatally stabs Governor Messer, bringing their clash to an end. News of the mansion break-in spreads quickly, and soon police surround the estate. Thanks to the bulletproof vest Dennis gave him, Stanley nearly escapes, but he is ultimately captured. Later, officials announce he will be transferred to a hospital within a federal prison. In a final emotional moment, Abby quietly enters his hospital room and embraces him with a heartfelt hug, offering closure to the harrowing events. That night, 2 officers guard his door. One of them is Walker, now reduced to patrol duty. But Walker carries a dark secret. He approaches the room with the hidden intent to kill Stanley. As Abby embraced Stanley, she discreetly slipped him a concealed pistol so he could defend himself.
To settle the score for what you did to me and my partner. So after I shoot you for trying to escape, it might even let me be a detective again. I gotta wonder what's going on in them.
Just thinking about my daughter, how much I love her, how much I love my wife, and your partner, punks.
At the same time, Dennis, disguised as a doctor, played a vital role in their escape. Working together, Stanley and Dennis successfully fled and went into hiding in São Paulo, Brazil, to avoid the corrupt authorities. Eventually, Abby received a message from her father, reassuring her of his safety and thanking her for the crucial part she played. Thanks for watching! If you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more summaries. See you in the next video. Have an amazing day!